Welcome to Caden's Garden at West Side. In this video, I am going to give you a little tour of Caden's Garden. This is the entrance to the garden. This is the driveway. Over there you can see that we have a Christmas palm. And on this side, we have a foxtail palm and we have the haciendas. As you walk along the driveway, I think the first entrance is the fountain place. And this is where the fountain is. And these plants, I think they are called pandanus. These two plants right here that flank the entrance of the fountain. And they cannot go in the ground here in the tropics. If we put them in the ground, they can grow higher than a house. They can really grow high like palms, and they can take over a lot of space. So the best way to deal with this plant is to keep them in a pot. If you look at this one right here, it actually is ready for some separation, but I haven't done so yet because I haven't put aside another pot yet to put any of it in. This is the fountain place. Right behind the fountain, we have some more palms, crotons. We have another Christmas palm there. Exura, there's a papaya that is a volunteer. We didn't plant it there. Behind the papaya, we do have a philodendron marks. And then behind that, there is a bismarcka. Now, behind the bismarcka is where we have a lot of heliconias that are growing crazy that we'll have to eventually take out of the garden. Now, on the other side of the driveway, that is on this side here, we do have a few plants, and one of them that's really showing some growth right now is my lipstick palm. Let me tell you, I have had this plant, I would say, for over 3 years, and this is the first time I'm seeing that red stem, and I am so happy to see that. Then we have some more different varieties of pandanus. We do have some Hawaiian tea plants that need cutting so that they can really grow well. And right here, this is another Christmas palm. Here in Guyana, one of the issues that we have is we have something that will come and they will actually eat all the leaves of the palm, and you have to catch them early. If you don't, you could have an entire palm eaten out by this insect. Yes. This is the continuation of the driveway, and as the driveway continues, we have here, which is called the pathway. Now, why do I call this the pathway? It's because before we put down the concrete strip here, this was a naturally created path to get to our gate. Before we built the fence, we just naturally walked this way. And so what we decided to do is keep the natural path as a pathway, because that's where we went naturally without thinking. And I think once you do that, then you don't have to think. I think nature wanted us to have this pathway the way it is. Through this pathway, I do have, as you know, if you've been watching my channel, I do have the heliconias that have really become a problem in this garden that we are going to try to take out and then try to contain them, because the biggest mistake I made was to put them in the ground. That was a mistake. We have the giant lily there on that side and on this side also. And then we have the arches, and on the different arches we have different plants. The ones that really doing well is the second arch, but right on this first arch, this is a white sandpaper vine, and it's really growing. I'm hoping that it will eventually bloom, but it's really growing, as you can see. I have a lot of palms. I do have a lot of philodendrons here also. And I think that this right here is doing amazing. This is what we call the buttercup. This one here, I think it's called the rabbit foot or rabbit feet fern. And I had it in a different location and they were really doing bad. So I decided to move them here, that one, this one here, and this one here. And they were all given to me as a gift by someone. All of these plants, this fern right here. This was just a little cutting, but one thing I know, when plants are in their natural habitat, they go crazy. They go crazy. I have like this lime philodendron there that I'm waiting for it to grow. And the fern, they are invasive. They will just grow. You don't have to do anything. Once one piece is in the ground, we are going to get so many. So right here is, I'm still in the pathway, and this is in front of the house. The thing is, I really don't like, this is not what I envision for in front of the house, but I'm not gonna move anything right now. But I think it needs a more structure to go with the architecture. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what you think. All right, then as we continue along the driveway now, if we keep going this way, we are going to end up into what we call the park garden. Now, the park garden is a garden that is still, it's not finished. You see that? Look at that. I love this part. My husband did this brickwork here, and that's the beautiful thing, is that he does a lot of the work. So look there. Yes. Yes. I just want to show you all of this. Now, in the park garden, there is lots of seating and lots of flowers. Lots of seating and lots of flowers. There is even a lemon tree. With so many lemons, but I feel as if there is like a little disease on the leaves. Oh gosh, did you see that? Did you see that? Here is another Mosienda. I need some pruning. I think this one is called, we call it cattail, but I don't know the official name of it. And this is like Brazilian red cloak or something. They just finished blooming, so I think it's time for a nice prune. I find that when you prune them after a bloom, you really get profuse blooming the next time around. And here is a Rangoon creeper. No, this is not a Rangoon. This is a bleeding heart. Sorry. Now, Right here, I am mourning the death of a plant, like this vine right here. It is not doing well. I think I did something wrong. I don't know exactly what I did, but it is not doing well. All right, here we have a palm, and here we have the Rangoon creeper. Now, when we enter over there, this part is called the side garden. This side garden is made up of a walkway to the gazebo, and that's what I'm doing now. I am on the walkway. It is made up of a nook right over here. And right now we're preparing for a photo shoot, so that's why you will see the nook looking like that. Yes. And it's made up of the side garden. So that's it right there. Up to the place of the swing. Now the garden is not finished. It's still a work in progress, so this section that you're seeing here is not yet finished. Over here is where we're going to have like a courtyard where the Bismarck is. Let me show you that. That's going to be the courtyard, and right here, this is a traveler's palm that has taken, I would say, 2 full years, almost going on the 3rd year, to actually start showing up itself. Now I'm just showing you mainly the ornamental. I have not shown you the fruits and vegetables. And then over there, this side one right here, this is where we have the side garden. And let me tell you a little story about this Hacienda. This Hacienda was so unhappy. It was in a space where it was very dry and it was not getting enough sun. 2 things you need to know about Hacienda is that they don't like to dry out, and they need ample sun, at least 6 hours of sun to really flower. And as soon as that was changed, now every limb has blooms on it. That's just the way it is. Yes. And that's it, guys. I think I've given you a, well, not a complete tour, but that is a tour of the garden.